Okay, so I come here and I talk a lot about routine, and I have a hair, and productivity and things like that. And I talk a lot about my kids and how they will self-start and how they will get things done. Like if I have a doctor's appointment or whatever, I come home and school is done. And I don't often do a great job of talking about how we got to that. Lots of years, lots of hard work, and because I said so. But those aren't helpful. Okay, that doesn't resonate to helping somebody understand how to get there themselves. So that is what today's video is about. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 9th year of homeschooling. We have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old. And today I want to share with you 5 tips for creating your ideal, magical, wonderful homeschool routine. Let's go. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. While you are down there, let me know, what's your pain point? Is it getting up on time? Is it making sure you got dinner done? Are you doing well? Are you doing great? Did you find something that helped you pivot enough to make it successful? Share with us down below. We would love to know. Okay, so motivation for this video, like I said, I often talk about our homeschool routine, how we start at 9, all these things, and it seems to be there's a lot of pain points that people have surrounding homeschool routine, getting started, getting going, even just parenting and having your kids get stuff done. And so I want to share with you 5 tips that I believe, if you do them, can help you craft your ideal, magical homeschool routine, okay? So I've got my notes here and we are going to talk about it. Guys, here is step number 1 to creating your ideal homeschool routine. Number 1, you need to figure out what is happening right now, okay? I need you to be honest about your home, your life, your routine, your parenting. What is happening right now? I want you to look over your life with a fine-tooth comb. Sit with what you are doing and what could be better. I need you to redline. Okay, we're gonna redline the situation. We're gonna make sure that we are identifying every single thing that isn't working in our favor. So step one, I want you to analyze your current situation. I want you to sit with it. We're gonna think about this. We're gonna think about what we want, where we wanna be, where we are. And I'm gonna give you the steps to understand how to get from 1 to a successful homeschool routine. Okay, so number 1 is identifying where you are. Get brutally honest with yourself. Number 2, let's look at not homeschool. We're not gonna look at homeschool first. We're gonna look at our home life, okay? Because this is gonna be really instrumental in getting you to success with your homeschool, because first and foremost, home, okay? Not school. Home comes first. And that means what are the circumstances in your life, in your home specifically, that are going to play into your homeschool life? Do you work? Does your spouse work? Are you a single family home or a single parent home? Do you have a single child, multiple children? Are your children involved in a lot of things? Because if your kids are involved in sports that go till 10 o'clock at night and nobody's in bed before midnight, if you try to institute a homeschool routine where everybody is up and starting at 7 a.m., I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're gonna fail. Okay, you're gonna fail. This isn't for anybody, you're gonna fail. So the first thing that we need to do is identify the needs of our home life, okay? So first and foremost in our home, we have these activities that are non-negotiables. These are set, hard time things. These take this much energy, this much practice, this much prep. We are gonna identify our home needs first, okay? First and foremost, what are the needs of your home? Then and only then are we going to pivot and look at something that is related to school. I want you, step number 3, to identify what the learning styles are of your children. What are their learning styles? Do you have a child who learns really well from read alouds and that's their preferred educational path? Okay, let's call it educational love language. Are they game-based? Is it screen-based? Is it tactile? Is it kinetic? What is the ideal learning style of your student? And every student, we need to be reconciling every student, okay? And then I want you to look at what is your teaching style. So everybody's education styles need to be addressed in step 3. We need to figure out what's working best. And if you have a very different preferred educating style than your child has learning style, I want you to understand that your educating style gets 20% of the weight here, and their learning style gets the other 80%, because how they learn is going to be much more important than how you prefer to teach. True story, okay? We are in service to our learners, not the other way around, okay? So let me just recap really fast. You need to analyze your lives and get honest, okay? You need to look at the requirements of your home life, okay? And now we are looking at everybody's educational styles, okay? Educational styles. Number 4, I want you, based on the information we've just gained, to make a plan, okay? You're gonna make a plan. Based on the fact that, everybody's in bed by 9 o'clock, I feel like a 9 a.m. start time is pretty reasonable, okay? So I know that we're gonna start at 9 a.m. What that means for me, because keep in mind, your start time, no. Your homeschool routine plan doesn't start when we sit down to school. Because if you remember, the first word of homeschool is home. Okay, so you are just like if you got your kids off to school, how much work does it take before the bell rings? Same thing with your homeschool. I think people tend to forget that there's so much of that foundation laid in the AM hours before you start school. Just exactly like if you took them to a brick or mortar, or if you get yourself out the door to go to work. What are you doing? We are back planning that to know what is happening, okay? So step 4 is making our plan, and your plan needs to be realistic based on the first 3 steps. It really and genuinely, truly does. I cannot force you to be realistic with your situation. I cannot force you to be honest with yourself about your situation, but if you aren't, this plan will fail, okay? So make a plan that is genuinely your ideal situation in your real world, okay? So don't just, romanticize any of that. Don't pretend like everybody's gonna get 8 hours of sleep if you're only giving them 4 hours to do it, okay? Be realistic in what you are laying down, but lay down that plan. For me, my plan, how I work, how we work, I know that we are doing 4 days of school a week. I know that we are starting the first day of the week with Mom and Me Monday, even if that happens to be on Tuesday. We're starting with Mom and Me Monday, meaning that we are prioritizing our lessons together. And then that gives me the other 3 days of the week to work more one-on-one with each individual child, because my 4th grader and 8th grader are not in the same place in math. So that allows me that time individually, while I know that the other child is working independently. We have laid the solid foundation. We all know that school starts at 9 a.m. We know that school starts at 9 a.m., but we need to come to the table having eaten, having ideally already done a chore for myself. I like to get up, have my quiet coffee, and get a little bit of work done. Get myself day ready before we are starting school, and everybody knows we're doing it at 9. We're in the common spaces at 9. That's how it goes. Is it 8:50? Some days. Is it 9:15? Also some days. But we have these parameters in place. And then we are done by lunch. And this, for me, allows me to shift gears and head on and do work tasks, or shift gears and head out and do our evening activities. I know this works well for me, but remember when we talked about what's real in our home life? In my home life, if I can check a work box before I start anything else, it allows me to shut down that part of my brain and really focus and give attention to my learners and to their education. But I want to do that with them first thing in the morning instead of saving that for the afternoon, because I know they are going to perform better in their educational pursuits if we're doing it in the morning versus if we're doing it after lunch when they want to play and the sun is a little nicer outside and things like that. So I am making sure that I am aligning this with my work life, their preference, the real life, the real world, our other commitments. Okay, now, once you've done 1 through 4, okay, we have been honest with ourselves, we have analyzed, we have looked at our home life realistically, we have looked at our education styles, and now we have made a plan. And do you know what number 5 is? Number 5 is do it. right now. Right now. I don't care when you are starting this video. The hardest thing that is ever going to happen with any plan you ever have is the getting started. Get started right now. Just do it. Okay, don't think about how you need to edge into it. Don't think about how you need to change something. If you have decided that your school starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, get everybody up, get everybody ready, get breakfast made, get everything you need to do. Every single little thing that you need to do to have happen. You're starting school at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You're doing this, okay? You're doing it. And here's what I want you to do. When you've done it for a period of time, you've done it for a week, you've done it for a month, you will realize what needs to change, what needs to pivot, or what's working well. But if you want to create your ideal homeschool routine, start right now. These are the 5 tips to success that I can give you. People ask me, how do your kids get it done? Because that's the expectation. That's the routine that we have laid. That is what everybody knows what they are supposed to do. Everybody is capable of doing the things they can do, and we keep it moving. This is how you can have that same kind of success, that same kind of homeschool routine. And everybody does have a different set of circumstances, okay? Maybe your kids are neurodivergent, or they need more hand-holding, or you've got a toddler in the mix, which I haven't made a video on in a long time, but maybe I should go back. I did do that. Just come ready, okay? Craft the life you want. You can make this what you want it to be, but I need you to be genuinely taking into account what it is, okay? Those learning styles are gonna matter. Your home obligations are gonna matter, okay? So just be honest with yourself. Sometimes just getting through step 1 and really taking account of everything can be enough to really show you what you need to be doing differently. And maybe what you need to be doing differently, let's say nobody comes to the table or everybody's cranky, you realize you got to cut out screens first thing in the morning. Maybe you realize you need a higher protein breakfast. Maybe you realize everybody has got to get into bed 30 minutes earlier, including yourself. Because if you get up when the kids get up, that I always feel like that puts me behind. So maybe for you, what that means is 30 minutes earlier, but wake up for you so that you've had an opportunity to be with yourself for a minute. I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. While you are down there, guys, please share with us. Do you have a homeschool routine that works? Did you find a thing that did work? Do you have a pain point that you want to share? Let us know down in the comments. All right, bye guys.